Welcome to 0 to 60.
I'm Matt McChesney. I am the owner and operator of 6-0 Football Academy and 6-0 Equipment. Played at the University of Colorado from 2004. 6 years in the National Football League on both sides of football.
I'm Matt McChesney. This is 0 to 60. That is Coach Prime. We are at the University of Colorado. Brother, thank you so much.
All right. 0 to 60. We're rolling.
Welcome to 0 to 60 on a Thursday edition. I'm your host, Matt McChesney. Bailey's on the ones and the twos. We got a hell of a show for you here today with multi-year NFL vet Super Bowl champion and current head coach out in San Diego and killing it. Eric Weddle is going to be joining us here, proud Utah Ute, to talk about Colorado and Utah a little bit. Always good to have Wed on the show. And yeah, let's pay some bills and get this shit rolling, Bailey.
Let's pay some bills. It's going to be a great show at EW. This show is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC and MMA. Head to BetOnline today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline, the game starts here. Big Matt, we're here on this fine Thursday. We got our special guest is here, and I can't wait for this one. This is going to be a great show. And let's get into it. We got a Super Bowl champion here today, Matt. Utah Ute legend, Los Angeles Rams, and Baltimore Ravens, and San Diego Chargers legend. Let's bring him to the show. Eric Weddle, E-Dub, thank you for joining. How are you doing, man? Thank you for joining.
What's up, boys? Great to see you, Big Matt, Bailey. Love the show. Hey, we're good over here. Just in the coach's office, getting these boys right. Got a big game Friday night, quarterfinals. So, and then obviously looking ahead to Saturday, my Utes, how things have transpired over the course of a couple months to be sitting here fighting to most likely not be bowl eligible, and obviously the success of Colorado and what Coach Dion has done in 18 months. Got to tip your hat, man. It's amazing what they're doing and the success that they've done.
Well, you guys are in the playoff right now, and you had a big ass win last week, so that's got to feel good. We actually have our first playoff game this Friday. So nothing like high school football playoffs, bro. It's pretty fun.
Nothing like Friday Night Lights. Out of all the games I've played, and even the biggest moments, there's nothing like Friday Night Lights. It's the most purest form of football as a player, and just the atmosphere, the passion. I mean, some of these places get pretty crazy with the fans and the support. So. Really cool. It's cool to be a coach and trying to give back now, and also being able to coach my son. The dynamics of that is always pretty crazy, and handling that, but wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I'm coaching my son right now too. It's an interesting dynamic, isn't it?
Man, is it? Because you're not going. No one's going to coach your son harder than yourself. No one's going to put more on their plate than you. And it took my son a long time to understand why he is treated and coached differently, meaning more harder and more on his plate. And he had a tough time early on understanding that and understanding why I don't get after other kids the same. It's like, well, listen, you're the one that has expectations. You're the one that has goals. You're the one that sets a standard from what I've taught you, right? And if you want to go where you want to go, I can help you get there. A lot of other people, 90% of the kids are just playing football just to play, just be a part of a team.
Yep.
They're not trying to go to the next level and make something of this. So he's learned and grown, and I'm sure you've gone through the same type of conversations.
Yeah, and it's always a great dynamic when you're working with the young guys. It's, working at the gym and then working for, to go win a state title. It's pretty fun dynamic, and I'm ecstatic about the playoffs this weekend. I can't wait to watch you guys get another dub as well. Hey, but we got a huge one up on Saturday. Big noon kickoffs there on Saturday again. The game's at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, which is early. I don't know if I like 8:15 at night more or 10 a.m. I don't know why we can't just play it like 1:30 like normal people. But look, Bailey's got some questions for the two of us, and we'll just kind of go back and forth and talk about this game. So Bailey, let's roll.
Let's get into it. E-Dub, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. This is going to be a great show. Let's go ahead and preview this matchup. What are your thoughts on this matchup for Utah? Obviously, unfortunately, you guys are down another quarterback, this makes this game even more difficult.
Like 7 quarterbacks.
Yeah, unfortunate. But E-Dub, what are your thoughts on this matchup for Utah and taking on Colorado?
Yeah, I'm excited to see our defense against a high-powered offense, and I don't think we've faced an offense like Colorado this year. We do have I think we're a top 10 defense in the country. So how are we going to manage that? How are we going to affect the quarterback? How are we going to get him off his spot? Shedeur does like to hold onto the ball. He takes a lot of sacks. Can we force him into making some decisions that we can capitalize on? I fear like it's going to be a tough time trying to score. So how long can we keep us in the game? How long can we affect the game and make things difficult for the offense? But when you're completing over 70% clip and you throw the ball 70% of the time, it is a daunting task to try to go get after them. But I like our I wouldn't say I like our chances. I like our chances to go compete, and I like our defense to present a lot of problems. And we'll see how that unfolds.
Absolutely. Let me ask you, Utah defensively, obviously very good. I think the biggest problem they give Colorado is in the trenches, their defensive line. What are your thoughts on Utah defensively, and do you think they can give Colorado problems in the trenches?
Yeah, I think, over the course of the last decade, we've been known to win in the trenches, both offensively and defensively.
That's an understatement.
That's how you win football games. In my opinion, that's how I try to build and culturally the toughness and the physicality to win football. That's how you do it. Not the finesse type games will only take you so far. You got to win in the trenches. You got to run the football and stop the run. This year is we've taken a step back for whatever reason. We haven't ran the ball to the clip that we're used to over the last decade for whatever reason. And I think injuries and rotation at quarterback and maybe not as talented at running back, even though Michael Bernard has been outstanding this year. So do I think we can present problems on the defensive line? I do. And our defense, on the flip side, I think it's a huge advantage for Colorado's defense and defensive line to present problems is an understatement for us to try to run the ball and keep the game within striking distance if we get in the second half. It's gonna be tough. I don't even know who's at quarterback. I don't even.
Well, that's my question is, bro, have you ever seen a team this snake bitten at quarterback before in one season?
No, it's really.
I don't know how many different
really
starters we've had, but it's a lot.
Yeah, I think this is. We've had 3 starters, and I don't even know who's. I think maybe Brock Heward's son maybe getting the nod this week, or if is it Isaac Wilson getting back in there, but he's been banged up.
And both of them are babies, right? Both of them are freshmen.
Isaac is Heward's transferred. He came from where's he at? Like a 1AA. Yeah, he's an older guy, and yeah, I've never seen so many injuries across the board. And I just go back to this, Matt, and you could chime in on this. I think the psyche and all these analytic, I don't know, I want to say weird people that are infiltrating the game of football with all the training and the lifting. Like, it's not how we used to lift and prepare for the seasons. And this started changing my last year or two in Baltimore, not the last year or two, but my last year with the Rams in 19. The training started. You have to prepare your body for car accidents every single play. That means
you gotta have callus.
You have to lift heavy weight. You have to lift and prepare your body. You have to lift after the game. The day after the game should be your most intense lift to keep your joints tight, to get the soreness out, and to recover. You recover not by doing massages and chiropractic and all this other crap. You need to lift, and you need to practice. You need to tackle. You need to hit. And at every level, it's going away from that. And so I think more so than anything else that's why you're seeing the uptick of injuries across college and NFL. Down in high school, we wearing pads every day. We're tackling even our 12th game of the season. I was live full go on a Tuesday practice, defensive practice. Why? Because that's how you practice, and that's how you stay with it and keep your body ready to play on a Friday night.
We're wearing pads still too. Wearing pads every day, hitting every day, and going through drills every day. And we haven't, like, knock on wood, we haven't lost one starter, like not one all year, and 10-0 and fighting for a state title. So there's something to say about that. And I wanted to ask you about Cam Rising real quick. Like, he's been there for going on 8 years. I don't know if he's going to stay. I know he's a hell of a player for you guys and an all-time great at the position. But he looked real old when he played this year, and just went straight back on the table for another surgery. Where do you stand on this, like, 27, 28, 29, 30-year-olds in college football thing?
Yeah, I know it's the way the game has transferred to, like, these portal kids. And for the coach's mind, you would much rather have someone proven than having to put your name on the line of a freshman that you're going to have to coach and develop, and bring in. So that's why most of these schools are only offering 8 to 10 freshmen per class every year. And if you're of those 8 to 10, if you're not ready to compete for a starting job as a freshman, which is hard to do for these 17, 18-year-old kids, they won't even take you. So I think the dynamics have changed dramatically. I think the NIL has changed the way guys look towards the future and look towards getting out, right? Like, when Matt and I were going through, like, I never really dreamed of going to the league because I never thought it was a possibility. So up until my senior year, it was kind of just, I love the game and I love competing, and I was going to maximize the chance I had to play collegiately. I just kind of fell into it. But the onus for a lot of guys was the way out. Well, you're getting paid crazy amount of money, which is not sustainable for where it's at. And I look at my school. I'm on the Crimson Collective. I'm on the board of the NIL, so I know exactly money going in, money going out, and it's not sustainable. The system we have. You're asking universities to raise private money to pay these kids. What are we getting out of it?
Well, yeah, and then when he doesn't, I guarantee you, Cam Rising got paid something nice. You don't have to say anything, obviously, but
yeah,
he got paid something nice as the starting quarterback and back-to-back Rose Bowls and Pac-12 titles, moving into the Big 12 where they were. It's amazing to me. The Big 12, the whole conference is flipped. Everybody that was picked at the bottom is at the top.
Yeah,
and everybody that was picked at the top is at the bottom. So
you play the games.
When you have something like that being on the collective and he doesn't play, does that hamstring the rest of the collective like a salary cap almost? Like when you get more hurt guys in the NFL, it goes against your salary cap. You put 20 guys on IR, that money that they bring in for the new guys, that goes against the salary cap, and it hurts the ability to, like, build your football team. You think that that's the way it could be in college football too, or is there just a never-ending faucet of money?
No, it's definitely there's definitely not endless amounts of money. I mean, some universities can, but I would say 90% have to. We act in a parameters of what we have and how much we have to give away, and I mean, for 2 years we paid for a starting quarterback with his record a lot of money, and we got 2 games out of him, and so that's the landscape of what it is. I think eventually, I'm hoping that whether it's conferences that make the rule or the NCAA, which they can't do it, but I don't know who's going to govern it, but maybe there's a salary cap per se for each university. So now you can kind of manage it, whether that number is, you get 25 million for the whole athletic department to divvy up through all sports for the university. But again, like the only sport that brings money in is football. So why are all these other schools or sports getting money when they don't bring anything to the table? That's just the reality. I'm not like bagging on all the other sports and this and that. It's just the reality of it. So how do you divvy up that money? How do you decide who gets what with what? And then how do you make sure that all the universities are in the same boat where you're not getting some teams that are offering or giving more money when they shouldn't? So it's just crazy, honestly. And I sit back and I'm like, what is the sport coming to that we're at this point where it's just getting out of hand, in my opinion. I'm not against the players getting paid, but you're a professional. So let's stop going to school and pay them like professionals. I mean, that's what it should be. Your 18 to 22-year-olds are getting paid, and it's not really a job, but you still have to go to school. I don't see the benefit. And then when private people are having to fund this, what am I getting out of it? That's what I keep going back to it. What am I getting out of this? I'm just paying? Like, okay, well, where's the return on my investment?
Yeah, there's not a lot of ROI in a lot of the NIL deals out there. There's a lot of schools getting burned and a lot of kids getting paid. And at the same time, there are some guys that are maximizing it, and 2 of them are in Boulder. We're talking with NFL great, Super Bowl champion, and Utah Ute great Eric Weddle here today on the show on 0 to 60. And let's move into the Colorado Buffaloes now. What are you seeing out of this group? They're 7-2. They're ranked 17th. They're on a tear. They've got Utah, Kansas, and Oklahoma State back to back here. They went out. They're in the Big 12 title game, probably playing against hated BYU. By the way, we want to talk to you about what happened on Saturday at some point too, because that was egregious. But just shine some light on Shedeur and Travis and the Buffs and what you've seen out of them, and everything that we have talked about in the past. Kind of roll it into this conversation.
Yeah, you're no doubt, Joey B. You guys, I just marvel at some of the things that Shedeur does. Do I think there's a lot of room for improvement? Do I think he needs to improve to be successful in the NFL? I do, but man, you can't teach instincts and intuition and accuracy. And there are times where, man, he is just incredible. And then there's also times where he holds onto the ball and makes mistakes that can easily be fixed. So couple that with the talent he has at receiver and just the improvements that they made as a staff. And you got to give the Shermer a lot of credit, for what they were last year to this year, and kind of giving them somewhat of an identity. I still think not running the football at times could hurt you against the big boys. I think they're going to get in the playoff. I think they're going to win out and I think they're going to win the Big 12, and they're going to get a playoff game, potentially a home playoff game against, if you get matched up with like a team like, anyone from the SEC, I think it's a bad matchup for the way the style of defense. You're talking about maybe Georgia and Alabama. I don't, Ole Miss. I haven't seen much, but Texas. I don't really know. I just think the style of play could catch up to them when you match athlete for athlete, and then interior D line and scheme. I think it could catch up to them, but what do I know? Like I don't really know. I just know they're freaking hard to scheme, hard to stop, and you look at their 2 losses. It's like you look at this team now. It's like, how did you ever lose those games? The way those other teams are playing, and the way they've ascended as the season has gone on. That's what great teams do. They get better as the season go on. You want to be playing your best football in November and December, speaking of the NFL, but collegiately. So they're fun to watch. I think the ceiling is super high for a lot of those guys, not just the top 2 guys, which should be the top guys at their position, the way the other guys have fell off. And I'm talking about the quarterback decision. Travis Hunter should be the number 1 pick, in my opinion.
Even over a quarterback?
It just depends who's picking number 1. I think he could be transcendent on one side of the ball, either or. Whatever the team picks.
Look at that,
and then
picture, bro.
And then supplant.
He's like 9 feet off the ground, Weddle. Look at that.
It's insane. He's
a unicorn.
He's one of one. He's one of one. No one's ever done what he's doing. He's not. No one's ever done. Do I think he could play both ways every snap in the NFL? No. Wouldn't ask him to, nor do I think he could capable. But who?
I don't think he needs to either.
No. Let him dominate on one side of the ball and then go play 15, 20 snaps and dominate those 15, 20 snaps. I just think mentally and the time required throughout the week would just be too much to game plan and scheme and learn, but maybe not. It's hard to say when it's nothing never been done before.
My thought process on this has kind of evolved a little bit. I was like, yeah, why not? Let's see if he can do it. And now I'm looking at it and going, man, if Travis played receiver every 2 out of every 4 plays, because receivers rotate in and out, and then you put him in on nickel situations or like game plan situations if you really want to lock someone down, and he's playing the equivalent of like 100 snaps a game, but he's got 3 plays here, 3 plays down, 2 plays here, 4 plays down. Like that's the way to keep him healthy and keep his, endurance up and keep him hungry to keep playing too. So, man, that kid is a unicorn, bro. I've never seen anything like it before in my entire life. So
neither have I. And I think he could be special at corner. I think he could be, Champ Bailey-esque, just a lockdown, but also have the instincts and intuition and feel of a playmaker. Like, a lot of guys can run and change direction and man dudes up, but very rare do you get both of them in one. And I think he has that. I think he could be a really good receiver, but receivers are a dime a dozen nowadays. Very, very rare can you get a lockdown corner. And what that does to a defense, it transcends the defense and makes you it makes you unbeatable as a defense if you don't have to help one side of the field and take away the best option. Like, good luck with that. So
good luck. Exactly. Hey, Bailey, I don't know if you got that information about Coach Prime picking where his kids go to college.
Yeah, I have the video.
Yeah, play that video real quick. I wanted to ask Wed what he thinks about this, considering his son is playing, my son's playing. Like, they're younger, obviously, but I wanted to get Wed's opinion on that one.
Well, here's Coach Prime. All the take was he said he'll step in privately to prevent the wrong team from drafting Shedeur and Travis. Take a listen.
Yeah.
Will you step in and do some of that if it's the wrong organization and say he ain't going there?
Yeah, but I'm not going to do it publicly. I'll do it privately.
Yeah. Okay.
So you said you're going to be dad. You're going to be dad. You're going to be dad.
Oh, Dad, the cows come home. Yes, sir. And with Travis as well.
Oh yeah, I can
Edub, Matt, your thoughts?
Like a lot of people think that's like bulldoze parenting and making sure that they don't go through the adversity. I think it's super smart, especially with the quarterback, to not go to the wrong place. The Mannings did it. The Elways did it. Why can't Dion and Shador do it?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to do what he wants, and we've seen that. And for me, if I'm a team, like if I'm a GM or an owner, I'm drafting Shador, and if he doesn't play, then I hold his rights. So, and we'll just do the same thing over and over again. So, are you really going to chance your career and not come play for me? So, again, they could say what they want, but you don't hold the power. The team does, and that's what I would do. And I've done some scouting and been in those rooms, and I try to think on both sides as a player and as a management and how I build a team and et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of these guys getting deals after their third year. I mean, I had to play 4 years out, hit free agency to get a new deal. I had to play 5 years out, didn't come back to go get another deal. And these guys oftentimes, like, you have some of these guys by the balls, and it's reality. Like, if you're a first round pick, I got them for 5 years plus a franchise tag, and they want new deals, which they've earned. I'm not saying that, and they deserve it. But as a management and as an owner, you have to be very select on extending guys. If they're not the right guy to lead your team, that does everything right, that works extremely hard, that leads, and is the extension of the vision of your head coach, they could be a problem, and they could be a cancer to your team. So you have to be very selective on extending guys. And in this case, like, I don't think one way or the other would I ever say something like that or be like that. No, it's my son's it's his life at that point. But I don't think it's wrong. He could do what he wants. It's his son and his life. But on the flip side, if I'm an owner or GM and I think Shador is the guy that's going to take me and my organization to the promised land, and Dion calls me and says, we're not going to come to you, I'm going to say, okay, with the number 1 pick, Shador Sanders, and then I'll see you at press conference. And he doesn't show up.
Shador making like $7 million this year and all the endorsements and everything else. That's like, Eli didn't need the money. Eli was like, I ain't playing for the Chargers, and they had to make a decision. Elway was like, I'm going to go play for the Yankees. I'm not playing for the Colts. They had to make a decision. I think that Shador and Prime might be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
I don't want to go play for Jacksonville.
It's tough.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I don't like to say it. I'm prideful, but if I was in this position, I would be prideful, and I would say, okay, then I'd lose my first round pick, and we'll be in the same situation next year, and I'm going to pick you again, and then the next year, and I'm going to pick you again.
Didn't they do that with Bo Jackson? Didn't Bo Jackson get drafted by Tampa Bay and go back in or something like that?
Yeah. I mean, if you really want to put your foot down, you can. And most owners and GMs won't do what I'm talking about doing. So they would get their way, but I'm not going to let a player determine what I'm going to do. No. That's not happening.
Well, we will see. I'm glad I got your opinion on that one, actually, because look, I know your son plays quarterback too, right?
Yeah, quarterback and safety.
Quarterback and safety, yeah. Mine's an offensive and defensive lineman. Shocking, I know.
Oh, shocker!
What a shocker!
Some would say that our boys were destined to play football. I don't know. It's something in their blood, maybe.
I watch the young ones sometimes, and I'm like, not bad, bro, not bad at all. So, all right, Bailey, what else we got here for Eric Weddle here today on the show 0 to 60? Thanks for everybody in the chat, everybody listening. We appreciate you. I know Wed's got to get back to it, so let's do 2 or 3 more questions to get him out of here.
Well, last thing I got for Edub, I wanted to get his prediction for this game. I know it's going to be a tough.
Perfect.
Yeah, I know it's going to be a tough game for Utah, losing however many quarterbacks you guys have lost. I know Heward, we talked to earlier, he's actually out for the season too, so it's going to be interesting. But Edub, Your prediction for this game, how do you think this game's going to play out for Utah versus Colorado?
I think we'll keep it close. Coach Scally, the head coach in Wayden, will have those guys ready to play, and it'll be a spirited effort on defense. I can't say the same offensively.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think they pull away. They're the better team. They're playing for a lot right now, and we're kind of in shambles. So, I think we'll keep it close, however long that is. But I think they win by double digits, and it's hard for me to say that, but it's the reality. And I'm a real one. And I don't sugarcoat things, as you guys know, being on for 30 minutes. I kind of tell what it is. A lot of people may not agree with it, but most cases I tell it how it is. And I just think they're the better team, better quarterback, better skill guys. I think our defense can keep it close for a while, but at some point it catches up to you and they'll pull away.
Hey, so I forgot to ask you this, but I had to get your opinion on what happened on Saturday night with BYU and Utah. I know it's a hated rival, first game against each other as rivals in the Big 12. I thought it was egregious, bro. Like I thought they missed the safety. The holding penalty was unbelievably egregious. Like I felt like they just handed the game to BYU. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta remember. By the letter of the law, was it a holding penalty? Yeah, you could say it is. I've been in many situations, and Big Matt, you could probably attest to this, where that play or individual play within the play had no relevance on what happened at the, how the play unfolded, right? He was already sacked before he wasn't even looking there, right?
He wasn't.
So,
and it's over the top safety help as well.
Yeah, like it's the back ref wasn't supposed to throw it. He's not even shouldn't be looking at that guy. It's the sideline. It was so late. But again, I'm the guy that the players play, coaches coach. I don't make excuses. And at the end of the day, we didn't score in the second half. We didn't score 8 points in the second half. Okay, so offense, you had as much a hand in that loss than anybody else. Okay, you gave the refs a chance to make that call in that moment. Okay, and then they still had to go down and kick a field goal to win it. So yes, 18 to 21-year-olds, have they learned how to reset? Have they learned how to channel their emotions like professionals? Of course not. So they were probably mentally spent, thinking they won the game against a top 10 team that no one gave them a chance, and then all of a sudden you didn't, and now you got to refocus and recenter yourself. That's a hard thing to learn, for one, and two, to execute in the moment. And you're asking 18 to 21-year-olds to do it, not a 30-year-old professional that understands the situation and knows how to do it, right? So, it was a bad call. There were multiple bad calls throughout that game, and unfortunately, we're on the wrong side of it. But at the end of the day, the better team won, and I just think you would much rather have the refs out of it. They were in it in a big-time game that we were on the wrong side of it. But you live, you learn, you move forward, and hopefully the guys are motivated, especially the coaches, how we need to improve for the end of this year, but moving forward to next year, and not be in that situation again.
Brother, it was so great having you on the show. I'm telling you, whenever I need to be calmed down or talked off a ledge, I'm just calling you. The great Eric Weddle, Super Bowl champion, Utah U great. Have a great time this weekend. I hope you guys get a dub. All the best to you and your family. Hey, did you find your dog?
I did. Long story short, it was just pretty crazy, man. 2 days he was gone in the mountains by himself. And I woke up. We lost him Sunday morning. Got out and was in the mountains from basically where my house is to the highway. Is about 6 miles, and basically it's just all mountains and hills. And Tuesday morning I woke up and I was like, I gotta go, and I just gotta, for my own sanity, that I gotta go look for myself. I gotta go get on this trail, go through the mountains by myself. And if I don't find him, then I could basically compartmentalized that either someone took him and he got stolen, and hopefully they're treating him good, right? It was just for my own sanity, because he's my best friend and my first male dog that I've ever had. I've always had girl dogs, and he's just my buddy. He's always right by my, in my office. And anyway, so I go on this, hike to the highway through the mountains. I'm climbing up. I feel like I'm Sylvester Stallone in Cliffhanger, going through the mountains. And hour and a half in, and I get to the top peak where I could basically see the ocean. That's 20 miles to the west, and I could basically see the highway where he was last seen. And I knew he came back into the mountain range, and just sat there, and I yelled out his name. Every couple hundred yards, I'd yell out his name, and I heard him howl back, and I couldn't believe it.
Oh, that is awesome. That's like some movie shit, bro.
Yeah, man. It was incredible. It really was. And he was hunkered down. He dug himself into the base of the mountain, like up the mountain. He basically tried to go up over the mountain. He ran out of room. And if he would have went around, he would have found the trail that led back to my house, 5 miles. And I had to I had to get with a hand length and let him sniff me, because he was ready to bite me, because he was on defense mode, man, for 2 days. Oh, yeah. No food or water. And who knows what was trying to attack him. I mean, he's a big dog, and it would have taken a pack of coyotes or something to take him out. But man, I got him back, and took us over an hour to get him out, because at this point we were at the top of the mountain peak. There was no trail. So I had to pick him up, and we're sliding down the mountain together, and he's pulling me into the shrubbery and bushes, but got him out. And thankfully, a lot of community help and outreach. And it was a great reminder as we end the show that the world isn't as bad as everyone thinks it is. When people come together in a good cause, it can make a big difference. And there's a lot more great and good out there than there is the minority that we tend to focus on too much at times. The majority of the country are good people that are caring and willing to help others. And that's at times we need to remember.
I love you, Wed. You're the man, bro. I'm glad that happened, and that I can just visualize it in my head.
Yeah, man.
Hugging your dog, like,
yeah. Holy smokes, he's right there. Oh my gosh, I gotta grab him. Where are you? So
that's kicks ass. All right, brother. Have yourself a great day. Good luck this weekend. All the best to you and your family. And lastly, go Buffs.
Hey, let's have a great game. Hopefully, we make it competitive and we make you guys earn it. But at the end of the day, love you guys and appreciate the friendship. And hopefully one of these days we got to link up in the off season. Got to get my son out there to go through a couple of days of getting that real work in, and just breaking bread with real ones, because it's about relationships. It's about the friendships and the real ones of the world, because those are the ones you want to keep tight, and that's what we have here. So have a good one, boys.
My friend, I appreciate you. Have a great day.
Thanks for joining, E-Dub. Man, what a story.
Man, Eric Weddle,
the Super Bowl champion. For those in the chat who are confused, I just try to clarify this. I don't know. There's someone who's like, he's a Utah. That's E-Dub. He's a Super Bowl champion, Utah U legend.
Look at this. Look at this one. Though this guy is not a Buffs fan, he said Utah's going to win. He played in the league for like 12 years. He's got a ring. He's a great player from Utah history. He never played against Colorado. I never played against Utah. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on, folks. We're trying to give you the whole gambit here. I know a ton of people. So does Bailey. Like, we got a great community. Mm-hmm. Weddle's my guy. So I thought it was a great fucking interview. Anybody that's mad because he's not a Buff, he played at Utah. What do you want? He even picked CU to win.
Yeah, that's what I don't get.
He was like, yeah, CU's gonna beat the shit out of us. I hope we can keep it close. And y'all are mad at him and shit. I'm gonna say this right now, and I'm just gonna get it over with. He did call me Big Matt twice, so I'm over this. You guys can call me Big Matt all you want. I don't give a fuck anymore. It's fine.
Man, Chaps,
you win, Bailey. Fuck you guys. Fuck all of you. Blah blah blah.
Well, it's not. It's just it's not intentional. Like, I just call.
Wait a second. What, motherfucker? The dude complaining is an idiot. Who? Eric Weddle?
It's not Weddle. I don't think.
Well, what is wrong with some of these people? Though? I swear to God, they like look at the mirror and they're like, "Fuck you," and then they take it out on the computer. Like, why are you so mad, dog? Jesus Christ.
I do think that, especially.
All right, let's move on, dog. Fuck, I'm tired of these idiots. Everybody else that's going for it the right way, we appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, to all 930 people in here, hit that like button, subscribe, and become a member of the Dungeon family. We actually have a new film breakdown up today from Big Matt. He's breaking down the Broncos-Chiefs PAT, the block PAT, and kind of the breakdown of the Broncos kind of line there and the left side of the line specifically. He breaks that all down here. I'm going to drop a link in the chat. Click that link, become a member. You get access to that and so many more film breakdowns. I figured as such. Where else do you stream other than YouTube? And this is our platform right here, Ollie.
Why would we need to stream anywhere else?
Exactly. This is our platform.
I tried Twitch. Didn't work.
Twitch does not work.
I think it might still go to Twitch, but I don't know.
It does go to Twitch. If you actually. So, okay, here's where we stream. We stream to YouTube. If you want to watch on Twitter, on X, we stream to X, both my account and Matt's account and the 0 to 60 account, I believe. And then we also stream to the Twitch, Big Matt's Twitch. So head on over there as well if you want to watch anywhere else. But YouTube's our platform. YouTube is the best, absolutely no doubt. We're going to pay some bills, 2 minutes. We'll be right back. When we come back, we're going to talk about this huge recruiting weekend for Colorado. They're set to host, a plethora of recruits from ING Academy. They're set to host an Alabama commit who has a highlight that I'm going to show later that I think Matt's going to really like. We're going to talk.
I like that fucking highlight, bro. I kept watching. I watched it probably 50 times last night.
Yeah, I watched it a couple
I just kept showing it to Nick, and I'm like, this is what I need right here. Go do this one time, and everything will open like Pandora's box.
Unbelievable block. But we'll talk about that. We're going to talk a little Thursday Night Football. We're also going to talk about Coach Prime's response to the rumors that for every win, he gets an extra $100,000 bonus. And Deion Sanders Jr. responded to that on Twitter as well. So we'll discuss that.
That's bullshit, bro.
Yep. Amen. We're going to discuss that and much more on the other side. We'll see you in 2 minutes. Peace.
Whether it's offensive linemen as they work combos and double teams and also pass, pro, and punch, I think the unique physicality of this is outstanding. So much so that you can use it for your shield on punt team or as you rush in the shield. There's so many different ways that we're using it. We get better a little bit every single day, and I just wanted to say thank you because I hadn't ever thought of this, and when I saw it, it made total sense, and we're doing a great job with it. So thank you, man. Go Big Red. What this has done for us is it's allowed us to, because of the surface area, because of its firm nature, I can still strike against another player and have to use that punch just like you do on a sled. At the same time, have to time my punch because it could move. I can teach defensive linemen how to handle double teams because they can feel pressure. We can simulate contact in a safe environment in non-contact times because of this unique bag.
Welcome down here to the Lab 60 Football Academy, 60 Strength and Fitness. I am your owner and operator, Matt McChesney. I just wanted to let everybody know that 60 is now on Cameo. You can go on Cameo and request any tips for training, any offensive line, defensive line tips, recruiting tips. I get so many inquiries in my inbox on a daily basis about tips and can you look at my film and can you do this? Can you break down something for me? I'd love to. All right? It's like the Joker said, my man, right here. If you're good at something, never do it for free. So Cameo is now your bridge to 60 Football Academy. Go in, request what you want, tips, suggestions, recruiting, film, and we will make sure that you get the absolute best from the best. So check out 60 on Cameo at 60 Academy. Cameo, 60 Academy. Cameo, 60 Academy.
And we're back. Matt,
what's that?
Great show on this fine Thursday. We have Super Bowl champion, Utah Ute legend Eric Weddle on the show. I mean, E-Dub's always a great perspective. Really, really intellectual and smart, and I love having him on. And he's on JB show all the time every Monday. So shout out to Egypt for joining. That was a great interview. Matt, before we move on here, let's talk a little Thursday night football. The Commanders take on the Eagles tonight. This might have 2 straight weeks of good Thursday night football, Big Matt. What are your thoughts on this game?
I dig this game. I think Washington's going to go in and play hard. Mm-hmm. It's going to be – I think it'll be a really good contest. You know, Philly's tough. The Commanders got some dudes, and they're on the up. I dig it. Another good game on Thursday night. Now if I can just get the stream to not fucking be all clicky and shitty.
Yeah.
I mean, God damn, bro. I don't understand. Like, I'll pay for this to watch the game. Mm-hmm. But can you please stop with the fucking circle and the circle. Can you stop with that shit, please? And the fucking, like, when it goes super blurry for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, those.
And then all of a sudden it's not blurry anymore. And I'm like, what the fuck, dog?
Yeah.
I just miss the old days where, like, I just had a cable box. And I know that I sound old right now, but all these apps and subscriptions, first of all, I run out of how many I have. So I'm like, do I even have this fucking app? And they're like, what's your password? And I'm like, I don't fucking know all the passwords to all these goddamn things. Fuck! So they're terrible. Like, I just wish I could have like one universal password for everything. Fuck you, 6969. I'm like,
yeah, no, the prime streams are always an adventure to deal with. But if you had to pick this game, I'll go ahead. I think the Commanders are going to take out the Eagles tonight. I really think the Commanders' offense is going to surprise some people. I like the way the Eagles are playing. They're very talented offensive lines, and it's always good every year. But I think I'll take the Commanders tonight. How about you?
I'll take the Commanders as well on the road. I like it.
I think the spread. I think the Commanders are 3.5-point dogs. Until you give me 30 seconds. But if I were picking that game tonight, I'd take the Commanders. Lines up to 4 now. And get them at 4 points. Head over to Bet Online or wherever you bet. And, man, yeah, that's going to be a hell of a game tonight, though. I can't wait to see
the Redskins. I'm taking the Redskins.
The Redskins, yes. And, yeah, bring back the Redskins, damn it. I hope we got Trump back in office, so hopefully we can bring back the Washington Redskins. I did a video on my channel.
Complaining about this. Blow me.
I did a video on my channel 6 months ago. One of my best friends is pure native and like full native blood. And he was like, man, this is bullshit. It's offensive that they took it away. And I feel like a lot of other Native Americans feel the same way. So bring back the Redskins, damn it. That's all I got to say.
Bunch of fucking white people offended.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Just think about he said it on the interview. He said, think about the demographic of the places that have changed the name.
Fucking everything up, bro. It's just what they do. Come in and fucking super fucking make everything as soft as humanly possible and all that feelings. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's talk a little buffs here. Colorado's set to have a huge recruiting weekend. A lot of prospects coming through. First one I want to highlight. There's a lot of different. These are some IMG, players. Nathaniel Owosu Boateng, I believe that's how you pronounce it, coming through. London Merritt. We keep going down the list. We talked about it yesterday. Cash Cleveland and Jordan Seat trying to recruit other IMG prospects. I don't know how close of a relationship they have with these two players, but hey, IMG Academy is set to come through in full swing here this weekend. Matt, I'll start with this. What are your thoughts on these two IMG players coming to Colorado this weekend?
I dig it. The IMG is awesome. Recruit the whole fucking team.
Absolutely.
What are we talking about? So, 100%. Bring them in and wow them on Saturday and make it special.
And this gives me like the same feeling I felt versus UCF, where I really think Colorado's going to put on a show for these recruits. Do you feel the same?
I do. They already do for the official guys that they're bringing in, the juniors and seniors. They got a lot of young guys coming in too. And Nick got invited up again, and it's just. I love the way they do things up there, so I can't wait for it on Saturday. Get some of these kids' ears, and make sure that they understand where they're at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely. Yep.
I'm the secret weapon in the recruiting room. I just walk around and talk shit. to everybody. And I'm like, hey. And they're like, oh, you're that guy on TikTok. And I'm like, you're fucking right I am, bitch. Come over here real quick. Let me tell you how special this place is.
I love it. I love it. And one prospect I do want to talk about is Michael Carroll. He's committed to Alabama.
This shit.
He's committed to Alabama. This is one hell of a lineman right here. On this play I got to show, he's lined up at right guard. And just take a look at this block.
Just put it on loop. 60 foot. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
A lot of different. Just
watch him throw him. Fuck your helmet. Fuck your mom. Fuck your dad.
I'm going to play the audio now.
Fuck your face.
Oh, my gosh. Michael.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Michael, what are you doing? Michael, you're making us $100 million. Good job, Michael. Good job, Michael.
Oh, man. I love it.
And fuck your face. Fuck your mom's face. Fuck your dad's face. How my nuts taste.
But, yeah, Matt, this kid's a hell of a player. I think
66 out there not blocking anybody. Go back real quick. Did you see Breck on there? I'm going to bust Breck's ass when I see him. What is this floating shit? We're just giving that linebacker a hand?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Breck, that's your ass the next time we watch. Just fucking handing him while Mike's over here face fucking this other kid. And fuck you. Fuck your helmet. And then he snails him at the end. You know what a snail is, right? It's where you drag your balls right across the guy you just fucking destroyed. It's disgusting. I've never heard
bad. I love that term. I've never heard that term in O-line, but damn.
Fuck your face, fuck your helmet, fuck your mom, fuck your dad, snail.
I love it. But Matt, this kid's a hell of a player, committed to Alabama, but he's going to watch CU. So
yeah. So look, I'm gonna go up to Mike and say, Mike, we need you, dog. Alabama don't need you.
Yeah.
Alabama, you ain't special if you go to Alabama. You're just the next guy. You come here and you are the guy.
So
done, locked.
There's another guard there's another guard.
There you go.
Jordan Seaton, you got Jordan Seaton, Carroll, and Cash Cleveland.
Kaplovic's going to be pissed because Coach Cap is the O-line coach down at Alabama, but I'm sorry, Coach. Just hey, shit, man. Now we're trying to steal this sumbitch. You know why, too. Play the fucking clip again and tell me why I shouldn't steal him. We should steal the shit out of this kid. Just watch this. I just want you to feel like if you were this other kid.
This other kid tries to fight him after, too.
This other kid, like, hey, you can get up and try and be tough all you want. You just literally got fucking baptized on film.
Yeah.
Wow, that is.
This is an O-line show, so this is going to happen a lot over the next.
Just look at it. Oh my God, dude!
We're going to watch a lot of O-line highlights on this show.
Oh my God, that is fantastic.
Michael Carroll, hell of a player. I'll show it one more time because why not? Bam, love it. But man, I can't wait for this game. This is going to be a huge recruiting game for Colorado versus Utah. Carroll's going to be a part of it. I can't wait to see that. I really think that Colorado puts on a show. This is going to have the same, feel and weekend.
Hey, what is this fucking guy talking about?
Let's take a look. This guy is big. Okay, first off, come on. Don't call Weddle ain't a pussy. And it's just fine.
Oh, he's talking about Weddle. Okay, yeah. All right, never mind.
And the refs changed.
Yeah, never mind.
Okay.
Hey, we're all the real men who don't have feelings.
I'm going to mute that guy, but let him still watch. So you just can't see.
Yeah, you can watch. We'll let you watch. We swear we'll let you watch.
Yeah, but Weddle's not a pussy. Come on.
But that's what we do with Cucks, right? Cucks watch. So that's why we don't ban you. We want you to watch as we're working.
You need to stay. They call it a timeout, Matt. He's in timeout. He can watch.
Hey, man. Cucks watch. That's the way it is.
Yeah. And let's talk about something. I want to go back to something we talked about earlier. And I mean, this is a huge topic. I feel like on a lot of different shows, and people are talking about this. Is Coach Prime going to the NFL? Coach Prime leaving Boulder? I just want to play a clip because, something I thought about is if Coach Prime leaves, everything that we just talked about in terms of these recruits, I think kind of goes out the window, makes it very difficult.
Why invest all this time and fucking effort if you're just going to leave?
And we had a Colorado commit, one of your product of Matt's 6-0 Academy, Zane D'Souza, on the show, and he gave a perspective as to, when he asked Coach Prime that exact question of whether he's leaving or not. I just want to play this and just kind of give this perspective to those listening. Take a listen.
What was that meeting like with you and your folks when you went up there and had that official meeting with Coach Prime before when the offer came and then all of the commitment stuff?
So the first question I asked him was, "Are you going to be here next year?" And he was like, "Okay." He's like, "Are you gonna come and transfer?" And I was like,
"Ooh."
I didn't have anything to do with that. He was like, you're more prone to transfer than I am to leave. He's like, "I've already went to the NFL. I've already done all that. I don't want the NFL. I'm fine where I am right now. I'll retire right now at CU. I'm fine. I'm staying." That's what he said. That kind of just, the way he said it, kind of just like,
something to think about for those who are kind of
just saying. Everybody that doesn't think he's going to stay, you should listen to the people who know what they're talking about instead of the talking heads who listen and then regurgitate the bullshit on ESPN. Because that happens all the fucking time, and don't tell me it doesn't. We have documentation of it happening on the show.
Yes.
First game of the season, don't fucking tell me they're not listening. Okay, so you could, if you want to bring it up, you can bring it up. I know you got it on lock over there. You got everything fucking filed and everything. I'm just saying, do you want me to say it slower than that? How do you want me to? I don't know if I can say it slower than that. Say it, okay. Listen.
Say it slower.
To the people who know the answers. Sorry.
Nope. Well said. I mean, East Coast Kev, that's funny. Play it slow. That shit made me laugh.
Say it slower. I don't know. East Coast. Damn, dog. Shit.
They're listening.
A little bit earlier this week from former Buffalo Matt McChesney, who said if Shedeur doesn't have to do everything, he can do anything, and given the time to throw.
That was North Dakota State. Just for those who forget.
Don't worry, no one's listening.
Nobody, not at all. Matt, let's move forward here. I want to talk about this. So this is a story that came out after Colorado took out Texas Tech, and it said Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, was earned a $100,000 bonus for Colorado getting 7 wins, and that he'll get another $100,000 for each win after. And I mean, I heard that, and I didn't know really where it came from. You see these stories, like we just said, regurgitated on ESPN and other places. I don't really know where this came from. And Coach Prime responded in due fashion on Twitter saying, he tagged all of his kids saying, "All my kids, Deion Sanders Jr., Shiloh Sanders, Shedeur Sanders, Shalomi Sanders, and Travis Hunter, family and loved ones, this ain't true. God bless you." So Coach Prime responds to this, basically calling it BS. And there's more to this. Deion Sanders tags Rick George, Colorado AD, who will be on this show tomorrow. And
that's facts. 1:00, and we're going to ask him about this.
Yes, absolutely. And he says, "Is this true?" And the reason he said this, he says, "Me, Shiloh, Shedeur, Shalomi, DeAndre, and Travis need to know."
So they can go roast their dad. Be like, "You got an extra 400 cheese."
Yeah, just thought it was a funny thing to show. Yeah, I don't know where that story came from, but I do not believe that's true.
Now, look, we've got athletic director Rick George on tomorrow, the man who hired Coach Prime. So Rick George knows everything, and we're going to press him on some topics and ask him some hard questions. And, where's that re-up for Coach Prime? When's the contract extension coming? When are you paying Coach Livingston? What's the future of NIL? How, all these questions that only he can answer. And you can only get that here. I don't see Rick George going on a lot of fucking radio shows, dog. I made one text. "Hey, Rick, you want to come on the show?" "Yes, Matt. I'd love to come on the show." "Cool, Rick. How about Friday at 1? "That sounds great, Matt." "Awesome, Rick."
That's pretty simple. I love it. Yeah, only on 0 to 60. You ain't going to find it nowhere else.
No, be here tomorrow so you can fucking listen.
Yes.
Especially all you idiots who don't pay attention. Jesus.
Amen. Beer tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Mountain. We got Colorado AD Rick George here. It's gonna be. I mean, one of the best shows we've ever done. I can't wait. This is huge. Having Rick George on, he's a great AD. He does his thing. I mean, clearly, he's the one who took the leap of faith and hired Coach Prime, and here we are now. So can't wait to get discuss and talk to him and ask him those questions that Matt discussed earlier. And man, great show on this fine Thursday. We had E-Dub on, Super Bowl champion, Utah Ute legend, to talk about Utah versus Colorado, Travis Hunter, and more. Matt, any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
No, not really. Just another day. Enjoy your Thursday. And, I'll be back tomorrow ready to rock.
Absolutely. We'll be back here tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Hey, what? Whoa. Did I see the uniforms? What uniforms?
Have they come out yet?
There's new uniforms?
I haven't seen.
I got to fucking text Schmitty.
That's on it. But hey, we'll leave it on a cliffhanger. Big Matt's reaction.
Not Big Schmitty, fucking Schmitty, the equipment guy at CU, not Big Schmitty.
Yes, I know. I know. I don't know if the chat
uniforms.
I don't know if the chat knows. But hey, we're gonna be back tomorrow with Rick George, 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Mountain. And it's gonna be one for the ages. Can't wait. We'll see you guys tomorrow.